Are you looking for a new football news app? I've already told you for the last 2 months that I'm looking for a football news app. Why are you still asking me this question? Then make sure to check out OneFootball down in the description below for all of your football news, transfers, and rumours. Whether you're a Liverpool fan, a Barcelona fan, or even an Alfreton Town fan, it has them on it as well. Just get it downloaded. So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niren here, and today it is time for me to bring you an experiment I have been wanting to make for ages. We have been able to remove the actual existence of transfer windows. Transfers are legal across the entire season. And I know what you're gonna say. Niren, look, you can do transfers across the season anyway. It's just that you make the bid, it gets accepted, and then the player arrives when the transfer window opens. That is not what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the transfer window is active throughout July. There is no surprise there. We go across to August yet again. Another month with a transfer window included. However, the transfers continue into September, October, November, and December, where we have, interestingly enough, a deadline day on the 31st of December. And you'd think that's where, obviously, then the transfer window ends. I mean, technically speaking, you would actually be right. But it reopens again in January through February, March, April, May, and June, where on the 30th of the month, we have the second transfer deadline day of the year. So basically, any team can sign any player whenever the hell they want. And I'm loving it. This is going to be great. And the player will arrive, I hope, when they actually sign them. I've not tested this out. If you go on to enjoy the video, slap a like on it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, because there's loads of content like this on here at the moment, where we just break FIFA 19 consistently. As you can see, important transfer market information. The transfer market is now open. That's brilliant, Chief Executive, but it's never going to close. And it begins already. We've got a transfer offer for Aaron Cresswell here from AC Milan. We'll take a look at the signings. We'll take a look at whether it is actually possible to immediately sign a player in the months outside the usual transfer window, whether the AI continue to sign players, and then obviously how it affects the table and all of that jazz. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that most teams are going to have changed completely. All right, so here we are. We've arrived in September. We've been all the way through, obviously, July and August. As you can see, no email to do with the fact that the transfer window is closed, because technically it is still active. So far, the biggest transfer has been Marco Asensio leaving Real Madrid to go to Manchester City for £57.8 million. We've got Dries Mertens going to Paris Saint-Germain. Ivan Rakitic has gone to Spurs. Zelinski's at Dortmund. David Alaba has gone to Real Madrid. Now, interestingly enough, if we go over to the date, you can see, I think the first signing we've got here was on the 7th of July. This man here, Bruno Mendes, going to Belgrano. But we don't really care about Bruno Mendes, I'm going to be honest with you. We care about the more recent signings, and as you can see, there have been a few signings on the 1st of September. Actually, a number. Loads and loads of signings. But obviously, if you go on to Alex Tettey here, he's actually gone to his new club. He's not playing at Norwich anymore. It would say, if the transfer window had closed, or if it's working normally, it would say that he was still playing for Norwich, but that he was joining that MKE and Karaguchu team in the winter. I probably butchered that name massively. Ola Aina has gone on a permanent transfer to Atletico Madrid. Again, it doesn't say that he's going to be joining in the winter. He just is at that club. And once again, there you can see is Ola Aina wearing an Atletico Madrid shirt. He is actually at the club. He can play immediately for them. We have successfully broken transfer windows, ladies and gents. Realistically, it was the only thing that we hadn't completely shafted on this game, but I'm glad we've now completed the clean sweep. October's come about. Teams are still dipping in and out of a transfer window. Alberto Moreno signed for Atletico Madrid. I don't know what day this is. It won't come up with it for some reason. Joel Ward's gone to Getafe on the 30th of September. So even in October, well, I mean, it's not October, but even as we approach October, okay, teams are still on this. We're into November, but as you can see, we were still getting bids. You know what, Bunny? It's been long enough. We're going to sign a player. So as you can see, we're going to sign this man here, Lucas Digne. There's literally no reason, apart from he was the first player on my scouted section. He's a left back. We're bringing him in from Everton. We're paying his release clause, and we're going to go in and negotiate negotiate for the guy. So there you go, done deal. Luca Digne is signed from Everton for West Ham in the literal middle of November. That's fine. If we go ahead and look at our squad hub real quickly, and we'll scroll down to the left back so you can see Luca Digne is here. No dicking about, no waiting till January. As you can see, it is still November. There you go, £32.6 million in November for Luca Digne. Alright, listen, you lot, hold the phone. It's flipping transfer deadline day. Chelsea have got rid of... Oh my god, there's so much change here. Pretty much every team has got rid of 5 players and brought in at least 5 as well. What is this? Top 3 deals have remained the same though. Asensio, Mertens and Rakitic, then Zielinski, Alaba, Rodrigo. So most of the big signings did still have... What in the world is that head over there? And now we've got a really small head. Brilliant, good. Oh, big shame there. Transfer deadline day has ended. There we go. That is it for the transfer window, except it isn't, because the new transfer window's open yet again at the same time. It's the end of March. What better time to sell someone than now? You can see though here, all the way at the end of March, and there's still very few big signings that have happened outside of the summer months. Got to the end of the season though, and as you can see, transfers are still happening even in the month of June. This is how the Premier League season ended though. It's not going to have changed all that much because there hasn't been, I mean, there's been a whole season's worth of transfers, but you're probably going to have to wait 2 or 3 seasons for it to really start taking effect and change a lot. This is, alright, Fez. Deadline day being on July the 1st is a very, very odd one. Apparently not a single club has made a signing in this entire window. There's no latest deals. We're not even on June the 30th. We're on July the 1st. Why is it deadline day? Alright, really solid transfer deadline day there. £0 spent across the course of it. Good stuff, boys. Well, how's this happened then? What is going on here? Oh, alright, sound. We've got -1 hour left. Good. This game, this is not helping the matter. I'm trying to skip forward. It's deadline day every single day in second season. I don't understand. Can someone... Look, listen. Someone is gonna have to explain this one to me because I don't know what has gone on here. It's the 1st of November. How can it still be deadline day? Kalidou Koulibaly is the biggest transfer this time in July. We've got Lacazette moving to Paris Saint-Germain in August. Kovacic has gone to Milan in July. We've got Parejo in August. Draxler's gone to Bayern. Neves to Napoli. Allen to Leverkusen. Shaw to Inter. But on the flip side, there's still 0 hours of deadline day left, and apparently a total of -1.3 billion pounds has been spent. The deadline day glitch has gone. That is not a thing anymore. The biggest transfer was still Koulibaly, but De Ligt has now joined the party after joining Juventus in December for 63.5 mil. Lacazette, Kovacic, Danny Parejo, Julian Draxler, Harry Maguire and Edinson Cavani also making moves late on in the year. So season 2 is now done, and this is how it ended in the Premier League. Spurs top of the table, Everton in second, with Liverpool and Manchester United rounding out the Champions League spots. And if anyone was wondering about the other competitions, they seem pretty static at the moment. Barca won the Champions League on penalties over Manchester United. It's happened again. Why is this happening again? Top deal is currently Thiago Alcantara going to Milan. We've got Presnel Kimpembe at Atletico. Jonathan Tah joined Liverpool in season 1. Now he's gone to Bayern. Season 3 done, and again Spurs finished top of the table, Everton second, Chelsea third and Arsenal in 4th. The table isn't changing all that much, it's fair to say. What I'm going to do now though is I'm going to sim to about season number 5 and we'll take a look at all the major teams and see just how much they've actually changed. We're now into season number 5. Manchester United have won the Premier League, 80 points scored out of Spurs, City and Everton. Not a huge amount of change in terms of the tables, but as you'll see, there's a lot of change in terms of the team personnel. If we go through the Arsenal team, for example, there's actually very few players left. Like Nadia Mamiri we've got here is new, and Yembe, we've got Bashiri here as well. There's literally no established names left. Matteo Guendouzi's still here. They've signed Joe Gomez, Maximiliano Gomez, and Mario Hermoso. And finally, I'm going to show you some of my favorite transfers that happened during the course of the 5 seasons of constant in and out activity. Sergio Ramos Ramos abandoned Real Madrid for Tottenham Hotspur. Marcelo also left Real and joined Borussia Dortmund. Aubameyang went to Atletico Madrid. You'll see a lot more of them as we go through this list. Messi hasn't left, but I just thought I'd show that he was still at Barca because everyone would ask. Ronaldo's retired, unfortunately. Zaha and Wan-Bissaka, both from Crystal Palace, have both gone to PSG. Alaba's now at Real Madrid. Benjamin Pavard is at Inter. Hector Bellerin's at Milan. Manolas is at Bayern. Felipe Anderson and Richarlison have both gone to Atletico. Bobby Firmino's at Barca. Lautaro Martinez is at Real. Adrian Rabiot's gone to Napoli. Andres Christensen's at Dortmund. John Stones is at Real Madrid. Trent Alexander-Arnold's also gone to Atletico, whilst Jose Maria Jimenez has gone to Man City. Kovacic is over at Milan. Kimpembe has also gone to Atletico, whilst Frenkie de Jong and Tanguy Ndombele have gone to Manchester United. Casemiro and Asensio find themselves in the blue half of Manchester, whilst Matthijs de Ligt is at Juventus. Husam Aouar is at Bayern. Milinkovic-Savic is at Real. Kalidou Koulibaly's gone to Barca. Neymar's still at PSG. Harry Kane's still at Spurs. Skriniar's still at Inter. David De Gea hasn't changed, and neither of Dybala or Kylian Mbappe. But that is going to wrap up what happens when you basically remove transfer windows from FIFA, or you make every single day of the year a transfer day on career mode. I don't know, I haven't thought of the title yet, alright? Cut me some slack. If you enjoyed this one though, slap a like on the video and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It's the big red button under the video, and again, as always, there'll be a playlist in the top right of the screen or down in the description so that you can binge watch some more of these experiments. On top of that, you can follow me on social media these days too. My Twitter and Insta are at @theofficialfng, and links are down below. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.